Ano ang karampatang requirements para masigurong ligtas at magaling ang pagmamaneho ng mga rider ng motorsiklong sasabak sa public transportation? Gusto man natin ng mas mabilis, mas matipid, mas komportabling alternatibong transportasyon sa panahon ng traffic at nagtataas ang presyo ng crudo ng petrolyo, numero unong konsiderasyon natin dapat ang kaligtasan ng mga mananakay at ng publiko. We shall resume consideration of Senate Resolution number 954 regarding the sudden change of policies and rules by the Department of Transportation and the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board in relation to which provincial buses shall terminate their routes at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange or PTEX. Sa usapin naman ito, pag-uusapan ang mga problema sa trucking sector at kung paano ma-remedyohan ito ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno. And fourth, House Bill number 8179 or the franchise application of solar para sa Bayan Corporation shall once again be considered. So for today, let me acknowledge our guests. Please introduce yourselves, beginning with our Commissioner of the Civil Service Commission, ma'am.
Good afternoon po, I'm Lisa.
Katalayo niyo. Attorney.
Madam Chair, good afternoon. I think that LTFRB.
Mark Drilon po, DOTR.
Good afternoon, Gilbert po from LTFRB.
Good afternoon, Jason Marcos, PITS.
Your Honor, good afternoon, Mayor Gonzalez. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon po, Your Honor. George Pacheta. Magandang hapon po, ma'am, at sa lahat po dito. Ako po si Jason Salvador ng Lido.
Magandang hapon po, Chairman. Ako po si Robby Maglinson, representative ng 27,000 riders ng Angkas po.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Joel Pulagas po, Motorcycle Rights Organization and Riders of the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po, Teddy Herbaso po sa Inland Haulers and Truckers Association.
Magandang hapon po, Senator, lahat, very Zapata po. Sit up. Truckers Association.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Attorney Benny Bumugaw, isang gunyang pangunsod of Baguio City.
Anong ibig sabihin ng leader, Attorney Salvador?
Ma'am, it stands for Legal Engagement Advocating Development and Reform.
Okay. Alright. So, sa araw na ito siguro, ang uunahin natin ang ating diskusyon ukol dun sa habal-habal at angkas. Yung dalawa po na yan, dahil alam naman natin na marami ng naglabasan din yan, kaya lang hindi malinaw sa batas kung ano ba talaga ang pinapayagan natin at kung meron ba tayong dapat na pag-aamyandang gawin. So, unahin natin siguro si Chairman Delgra. Sir, yung inyong opinion ukol dito nga sa angkas at habal-habal, ano bang dapat natin gawin dito?
Good afternoon again, Madam Chair. Insofar as the issue of Angkas is concerned, we take policy guidance from the Department of Transportation. For one thing, insofar as motorcycle is concerned, hindi po sa plano jurisdiction ng LTFRB. Nangyari lang po itong issue nito dahil dun sa Angkas. I'd like to say that Angkas might be probably viewed from three perspectives. Angkas as a mode, or habal-habal dun sa probinsya, Angkas as a brand, and Angkas as a TNC. So, Angkas as a mode is something that I think there has been an ongoing discussion there. Secretary Delgado has in fact pushed for the creation of a technical working group to discuss the issue of habal-habal or Angkas, or a motorcycle for that matter, to address the issue of whether or not it can be a mode of ongoing po yung technical working group siguro sa Mark Drilon and as say something more. And Angkas, as a brand, we have to relate it to one who developed the app, owns it, and run it. So in that sense, Angkas as a PNC, sasabihin po na namin dito na nangyari lang po siguro na yung Angkas pumunta sa LTFRB because that is under the current regulation. Yung PNC po kumuha ng accreditation. We just want to say this for the record na we're not really against Angkas as a PNC. Nangyari lang po na we denied accreditation ng Angkas dahil po ang gagamitin ng supply ay motorsiklo. And under the law, we know that it's not yet defined as a fully public transport. So, as a TNC, and even as a brand, there's nothing that the LTFRB is against so far as is concerned.
So, pero diba, hindi ko sinasabi kayo na DOTR siguro yung Sec. Mark na yun. Sinasabi na ni Secretary Tugate na siya ay open, receptive dito sa pagkakaroon ng PNC ng Angkas, habal-habal. Ano ba, precisely, ano ba talaga exactly yung position?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yung opening statement nyo kanina precisely states the issues concerning us allowing Angkas or motorcycle taxis to operate. Currently, there are three issues. Number one would be legal. So, under the law, is it allowed? So, pinagit niyo po yung RA 4136, which is 1964 pa nga po, yan na balangkas. Number two is judicial. Meron pong ongoing Supreme Court na terms, TRO not allowing Angkas to operate. And lastly, yung mga binanggit niyo po na safety concerns, regulations concerning motorcycle taxis. So if you can allow me to just have a short presentation. On the legal side,
Hold on, you said Mark. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our Senate Pro Tem, Senator Rector. Thank you, sir, for your presence again this afternoon. Yes, go ahead. And how long is your presentation?
it's less than 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
On the legal side, ma'am, currently we have that RA 4136, which specifically states private motorcycles, scooters, or motor wheel attachments under any circumstances shall not be used to solicit, accept, or to be used to transport passengers or for freight or pay. So yan po yung current limitation natin sa batas. And rightly so, meron tayong ongoing bills being passed by both House of the Congress, the Senate, na amending yung RA 4136.
So, Madam Chair, just two questions on this issue. I filed the bill. Was this bill corrected already? Before, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, second point. Under the current law, not only does it say private motorcycles, but also private passenger automobiles. Right?
Correct.
Private passenger automobiles. So, let's say Uber and Grab, hindi ba private yun?
Insofar as the Uber and Grab, I like to distinguish these two, Your Honor. When you say Uber and Grab, you might be referring to them as TNCs, the corporation which developed the app, run the apps, and own it. That means they operate it on the ground. But we know that they
Now, when we pass this law, wala pa naman yung TNC, di ba?
Opo.
Wala pa naman yung apps na yan.
Opo. But
What allows Uber and Grab to operate? Is it the law or is it the department circular or regulation?
I'll get there. What they would need would be the supply of the units to run their apps and engage in business for the insofar as the units are concerned, they're actually public utility vehicles because they need to secure a franchise for their efforts. So they are not considered private passenger motor.
Why can't you do the same for private motorcycles?
I'm sorry, sir.
Why can't you do the same for private motorcycles as a TNC?
So precisely why we said that it's not part, insofar as our distinction on what may be a mode of public transport is concerned. A motorcycle is not a mode of public transport, at least not a safe mode of public transport.
Well,
Because
right
there's
now, private passenger automobiles are not also embedded up with that. Okay. Now, one other point lang. How many today are operating unregulated? Mga habal-habal. Sa Metro Manila, ilang ganda rin yun. Don't you think we need to have a framework for that to operate that is regulated kaysa unregulated?
Sir, that's actually the point of secretaries to put regulations in place.
Correct.
So the next slide.
Before that, so how many today do you think are operating in Metro Manila? Unregulated. Kasi nakikita ko may mga terminal pa eh. And it is a mode of corruption pa. Di ba? Nakikita natin all over. May mga terminal pa. How many terminals have you seen in Metro Manila? Na mga habal-habal. I'm not even going to the provinces. Okay? Because this argument that you're using is the same for Grab and Uber. Kung pwede yung passenger automobile, bakit hindi pwede rin yung private motorcycle? Regulated na lang. Halimbawa, bawal kayo ng beyond 60 kilometers. Kailangan ng helmet. Ito naman, nangyayari ngayon eh. Yung kayo pa nga, wala pang helmet eh. Regulated. Since you're doing it anyway for Grab and Uber, ito pamasok mo eh. Diba? So if you could do a department circular to allow private vehicles, automobiles, to operate as a DSA with Grab and Uber, why not also the motorcycles? We didn't amend the law for Grab and Uber. Department circular lang. Diba? That way you're regulating that magiging safe for the passenger. At least everyone may insurance. Bawa. O, ganito kalaki yung motorsiklo dapat. Dapat trained yung driver. May NBI clearance, may police clearance. Diba? So address the safety issues also. Regulated. And then that will minimize the corruption naman. Kasi right now, yung habal-habal naglalagay sa police for them to operate. Marami pa siguro yung mali nalagyan. Ito, magbabayad ng quiz. Yun, hindi magbabayad ng quiz. What do you think?
Sir, the concern of the department and LTFRB as the agencies under DOTR is the inherent vulnerability of motorcycles. No? For us to allow motorcycle taxis to operate as public transport modes, we should answer that concern first. So, nandun po, secretaries already instructed us to form the technical working group to address all of these concerns. So,
But you will agree with me, today it is unregulated and you have all of these operating. The estimated Metro Manila is roughly 500,000. How many motorcycles do we have in the country? About 14 million. Thereabouts. In Metro Manila, ilan yung unregulated na habal-habal na yun? Tapos may corruption pa, may lagayan, may kung ano. Walang insurance, walang training yung driver, so on and so forth.
Dr. Rab, just to make it clear, so ang Angkas ngayon illegal.
Angkas nila. How many do they have in Metro Manila?
Sir, we have currently covered 27,000 po yung micropartners.
So paano yan?
Just one last question. Yung habal-habal sa estimating nila, yung illegal.
Yung pong na estimate po namin ang number of terminals na research po namin. May mga 200 terminals po sa Metro Manila alone. Tapos libo-libo po yung motorcycle.
Mga ilan ang estimate dito sa tingin nila?
Siguro close to your estimates.
What about the LTFRB? Do you have any estimate? Kasi kung totoo na ngayon, ginagamit na rin naman talaga yung motorsiklo dahil sa traffic.
As mentioned po kanina, the motorcycles kasi is not under the jurisdiction of the LTFRB.
Yeah, but it's still part of the transport network. So, ano estimate ninyo na motorcycle for hire?
Honestly, we don't have the numbers.
You don't have the numbers. Okay. But you see them. You see them every day. Thousands of them, right? Which is unregulated. It is even definitely unsafe. So the challenge is to regulate them properly. It's common sense. Thank you for that, Jeff.
We'll go back to you.
I just wanted to address the legal issue because they did the same for Uber and Grab. As far as passengers were private. Might not be the same for motorcycles. But the legal issue. Okay, thank you very much.
The Chair would like to acknowledge the presence of the Vice Chair of the Committee on Public Services, Senator J.P. Drilon. Thank you, sir. So, let me get this clear. Angkas has no valid permit to operate. Tama ba yun?
Under LTFRB, under LTFRB rules, wala po sila ngayong permit.
So, illegal yun sila. So, Angkas, alam ba ninyo yun? And yet, ginagawa ninyo?
Started operating po October through in-intention that is granted by the lower courts. So yun po yung naging legal basis po namin to start the operation.
Oo, tama yung sinabi ni Senator Rector eh. May pangangailangan, kaya naman lumalabas yan kasi may pangangailangan. There's a market for it, market conditions brought about the proliferation of that. So, may technical working group na yung DOTR, supposedly. Kaya lang, hindi kaya pwedeng madaliin yun para matapos mga kung saan sila pwede. Sa ngayon ba sa EDSA dumadaan sila? Mga bagay na yun.
Actually, ma'am, the first technical working group met January 18, and tomorrow we will have another technical working group. We will take a look at how Angkas regulates members. We will take a look at how Angkas trains its members. So titingnan namin if those are already sufficient. And the members of the technical working group will also input these possible regulations. If I can jump already on the
Go ahead.
list.
Pati yung habal-habal, di ba?
Yes,
Yung mga
yes.
representatives. Okay, go ahead.
So next would be yung binanggit ni Ma'am kanina is precisely the concerns of other advocates, no? Yung motorcycle advocates, motorcycle right advocates, also road safety advocates. So what are some of these issues, no? Who should be the agency? Who shall be the one who should be in charge of issuing the franchises? Should it be the local government units? Should it be LTFRB? So yan yung mga primordial issues that should be addressed. Number two would be yung specifications of the motorcycle. Gaano dapat kalaki yung motorsiklo, 100 to 200 cc to allow it to maneuver in our very tight, narrow streets. So yan yung mga limitations. Should there be a maximum speed? Yan yung, sa ngayon, Angkas has, sinasabi nila, meron silang maximum speed, 60 kilometers per hour, but is it sufficient? Passenger capacity, do we allow only one passenger? Will the motorcycle manufacturers say, okay, 2 passengers is safe or not? So yan yung mga issues among others na is being already being tackled sa aming technical working group.
Pwede ko sagutin yung mga tanong niyo. Yung mga motor din ako eh, kaya lang pwede. At saka nasa field naman eh. So yung, I think 100 to 200 cc is okay. Speed limiter, hindi na kailangan na. Passenger capacity, tama, only one. Sa EDSA naman, you can only run 1, 20, 40, mga less pa siguro. in. And better siguro kung LTFRB na kaysa LGU. You try to get the LGU, di ba? So how long will it take for your committee to answer those questions?
Yeah. As said earlier, sir, tomorrow there will be another meeting. So we hope to fast track all of these resolutions, and we also forward the same to Senate and the House, the results of this technical working group discussions as an input to your bills.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Rector. Siguro hindi na, kasi alam mo itong pagdinig na ito, meron naman tayong mga batas just so to strengthen, if ever. But right now, as Senator Rector pointed out, if there is just an issuance of department order, in the meantime, they can continue with their I don't know, with their laws. But maybe, kasi hindi na natin patatagalin yung issue dito kasi kailangan natin intayin yung department order. Pero gusto kong marinig sa Angkas, ilan mga miyembro nyo, meron kasing sinasabi rin no, na parang wala naman masyadong mga aksidente ang nare-report kasi isa sa concern natin ngayon ay ang kaligtasan. Pero syempre, pag naging legal yan, mas marami nang papasok dyan. So yung standards na ginagawa nyo, paki-explica na maikli lamang. Ano yung assurance namin na pag nabigyan nga kayo ng tamang prangkisa ba tawag din doon, ay matutugunan nga ninyo yung mga bagay na yan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Senators. First of all po, sa Angkas, training po is one of our critical aspects po of our operation. So, to date po, we've trained 70,000 drivers. Pero ang in-onboard na po namin is 27,000 dun sa platform. So lahat po yan dumadaan sa safety training, meron po kaming anti-sexual harassment training, meron po kaming different components of skills assessment, and even the bike po. So yung bike, ina-assess din po namin 7 years and younger lang po. Which means kung 7th year ka ngayon, yung bike mo, next year kailangan mo na magpalit ng bike. And then every 3 months po, chine-check po yung bike na kung pud yung gulong, etc. etc. Everybody goes through very, very strict training. So we require professional driver's license. We require po NBI clearance, police clearance. We require po the ORCR as well. Tapos po, basically dun sa entire application process namin, we feel roughly about 70% of applicants. Pero libre po kasi yung training namin. So we go back.
Hindi ginagawa yung training.
Sa facilities po namin, minsan po pupunta kami sa LGU, humihira po kami ng multi-purpose basketball court. So kung saan po kung malapit dun sa mga bikers. Tapos po, this has led to actually a very, very high safety record for Angkas. So since October po, when we operated this year, all the way up to December, our safety record is 99.997%, which means yung accident rate po namin is 0.003%. So we're hoping po that we can expand this. No? Lahat po ng bikers namin, pati yung pasahero may insurance. So insured po sila up to 450,000 each one. And then meron pong 100,000 na medical reimbursement. So, yun po.
Parang maganda, napaka-professional at maayos. Ilan ang mga miyembro ninyo?
Ma'am, ngayon po, we have about 27,000 biker partners.
27,000. Meron bang representative ang habal-habal dito? Wala. Okay. So, gano'n na lang siguro, itong committee na to, susundan ng Committee on Public Services ang recommendations ni Senator Rector on the issuance of a department order addressing the regulations of two-wheel motor vehicles and habal-habal ang task. And a department issuance is needed tulad ng ginawa sa TNCs and TNPS. In lieu of a committee report, I'm asking sana na within 30 days, meron na kayong decision. Kaya ba? Kaya?
Okay.
Ma'am, the position of the department is currently talaga hindi allowed under the law. Department order alone will not suffice in allowing motorcycle taxis. So, yan yung position ng department. So, we need to revise, amend kung ano yung nakasulat sa batas. Again po, yung nakasulat po na private automotives, Sa ngayon po, ang classification po niyan, no, they are given CPCs. The Uber, the Grab are given CPCs, so hindi po sila private automotives. So sila is already public utility vehicles when they're given CPCs.
Through regulation. Not by law. Through regulation. Yes, that's what they did. Bawal na gamitin ang private passenger vehicle to accept public passenger. You see, through regulation, yun ang ginawa. So the same thing should apply for motorcycles. I understand the issue of safety. That's your best argument in the safety issue. But today, the reality is that you have more than maybe 500,000 people in Metro Manila riding hapal-hapal or more. Baka more pa siguro.
So, ang sinasabi ni Senator Rector,
Illegally.
hindi pinapayagan pag private motorcycle ang kukuha ng pasahero. Pero, pag ito ay kasama na ng isang organisasyon, katulad na, oo, tapos mag-a-apply sila ng lehitimong prangkisa, pwede, yun ang sinasabi ng batas. Hindi pwede, kunyari, ako may motorsiklo, pero wala naman akong talagang business permit o kasama nitong grupo na to, bawal talaga ako lang. Kailangan may PNC. So, gawa ninyo.
Just regulate it. That way, the public, safer for the public to ride. Yes, no. Ito legal, ito illegal.
Oo.
Ito safe na dito, may insurance, ito hindi pwede.
Kasi napaka-plastic naman natin. Na sinasabi natin hindi bawal o, naglipa na naman lahat ng mga terminals na yan. Diba? So, paano ngayon yan? So, bilisan naman ninyo yung trabaho rin. Dahil makikita naman ninyo, pwede naman natin palitan yan kung hindi gumagana. Habang wala pang ang batas, diba? Pwede ayusin yung batas para maging tugma dun sa pangangailangan at sa kaligtasan.
Or why not try it? Subukan ninyo muna. Bigyan nyo ng provisional authority. Tignan natin. Patayin din natin yung mga illegal. By not allowing it to happen, it will still continue. But there's just going to be corruption also. Diba?
Sir, Asek Galvade, tinataas po niyo yung kamay niyo.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Your Honors. Gusto ko po sanang idagdag lang na dapat siguro pagtunan din ng concern, lalong-lalo na ng mga riders, nagpamaneho. Kasi yung sa kanila po, may protection sila, may training sila. Hindi yata na masyado tinitignan. Yung protection naman ng pasahero. Okay, nag-helmet. Safe ba yun? Sana i-prevent nila para hindi mahulog. Kasi yung helmet, protection lang yan. Pag nahulog, maaaring mapagok, ma-alleviate yung injury because may helmet. Sana ma-prevent na hindi mahulog.
Kaya ano gagawin?
That's why, doon sa aming initial discussion, sinasabi sana namin sa kala na baka pwede magtulong tayo, mag-isip tayo, kung ano pang magagawa natin. Halimbawa, paano hahawak yung pasahero sa driver? Para matiyak siya na kung bumulpa man, hindi siya malalaglag. Kasi napakadali po sabihin na halimbawa magsasakay ko ng pasahero, sasabihin ko humawak ang mabuti. Pero paano po? Kaya nga sabi ko, siguro may suggest natin, maglagay ng hawakan ng yung pasahero, maglagay ng hawakan sa motor. Hindi doon sa tao siya nakahawak. Isa pa, baka pwede yung sandanan. Para naman yung, kumbaga, biglang arangkada, yung whip ng neck, baka mag-prevent yung disgrasya niya. Yung isang concern nga na binibigyan niya ng helmet, pero tatanggapin ba yan ng pasahero na...
You know, I agree with all of that. Huh? Those are all regulatory issues. But the fact is, today, many are operating illegally. That is the point. Better to regulate it, allow it, and regulate it.
How big is the facility? Kasi kung hindi na rin, parang ganyan, ano lang, there's a safety mechanism yun.
Thank you, Senator. So basically po, meron po kaming, first of all, dumadaan po sila sa assessment. So i-assess po na yung skills nila. Meron po actual slalom course that simulates real world. So meron po 5 parang course yun, 5 sections yung course. Tapos doon po, chine-check kung meron silang enough skills to be able to go through it. Ang focus po ng training namin is both lecture, which is safety mindset training, which runs for about a day. Tapos meron din po kaming practical. So basically yung practical, kung hindi kayo ipapasa, hanggat you're able to pillion a passenger enough. So, roving po kami, no? May main facility po kami, pero umiikot po kami kung saan man yung mas maraming driver na nangangailangan po, na aplikante.
So, more yung kung saan yung test.
Course lang naman po so nag-set up po kami ng course sa mga parking lots, mga basketball court, so doon po kami.
Because just like to give you although I'm of course I feel for you. Ako, hindi ako yung mga riders. Like I said, I'm a rider myself. Kaya lang, of course, I would like to make a transport advocate. What our priority is the safety of the passenger. Kasi iba na ito Hindi bali yung sarili mo lang kakot. But this time, you will be ferrying. You are now a public transport. Kumbaga, kahit na mag-isa lang yan. So, ang isang concern ko na napansin ko ng Uber Grab nung simula, ang dami rin mga new drivers na pumasok sa Uber at sa Grab kasi maganda, profitable, magandang negosyo. Tama ba, Chairman Delega? Maraming pumasok na new drivers pag-venture into Uber and Grab. Minsan nakikita ko yan sa kalye. Minsan alam mo na pag Uber o Grab sa dami, mga biyos na bago, hindi marunong kung saan lulugar. Alam mo, sabi ko, bago ito. Diba? Tapos Uber, Grab at the time. So, my concern, baka mamaya marami ang pumasok din dito na hindi experienced riders, papasok. And then, we know for a fact that two-wheeled vehicle is more prone to accidents, no? than four-wheeled vehicles. No? In fact, I'll give you a statistic that 6 out of 10 or 65% of fatal or motorcycle accidents, no? Yung mga fatal especially, Madam Chair, are motorcycles. So almost 70%. Just for the record, para lang malaman ninyo that we have to be really concerned about the safety because almost 70% of fatal accidents, road accidents, are motorcycle. Tama siguro, i-confirm siguro ni Asek Galvante. Tama ba ako, Asek?
With your permission, sir, may dagdag ko lang po, mas marami pong injuries sa sakay kaysa sa nag-operate. Kaya in-emphasize po sana natin, hindi lang yung training ng driver, kundi paano natin training yung sasakay. Mas marami pong na-aksidenteng sakay kaysa sa nag-operate ng motor.
Tama kasi yun yung punto ni Asik Galvante kanina. Sasakay, halimbawa, kung yung riders, Madam Chair, train, pero yung sasakay hindi, especially mga babae. Kasi kailangan magbalansi ka rin, di ba? Hindi ka kailangan kumontra. So, anong safety gear aside from the helmet? Pwede pa tayo magbigay ng pads later on? Siguro, kahit na elbow pads na sinusuot.
So I think, sir, I think with proper regulation, we can develop all of these parameters, sir. No? So just to add to what you're saying, sir, yun po talaga yung concern is because of the lack of training of almost, there are 14 million estimated motorcycles in the country. Only 5 million is registered with the LTO. There are 9 million unregistered vehicles. And all of these are running around with zero training, sir. Tama po kayo. Kaya po nagiging habal-habal, 5 tao sa isang motorsiklo. Skylag po, 10, 15 sa isang motorsiklo. So, ang pinaka-root cause po ng aksidente, sa aming opinion po, hindi po yung type ng vehicle. Yung hindi po alam at hindi po marunong na i-operate yung vehicle, lalo na po sa probinsya. Kaya po kami, safe.
In fact, finally, Madam Chair, I have a draft bill right now requiring mandatory training from all riders. No? Lahat ng bibili ng bagong motor ay kinakailangan magkaroon muna ng training. Kasi marami rin. Ang problema kasi ngayon, napakadali na ngayon magkaroon ng motor. No? Mag-down ka lang sa 1,000, 2,000, may uwi mo na. Hindi natin alam kung yung training o wala. Proper education.
Mostly po, lahat yun wala po.
So, ang sinasabi nyo, yung Angkas riders are undergoing training. Kung bagay, yung mga dati walang training, nagkakaroon ngayon ng training.
70,000 na po today yung na-train.
So aside from the skills, do you undertake education, road education, road safety?
Yes sir, safety mindset po regarding braking, regarding yung backing po, tapos yung
road signs.
Road signs. Sir, ito po, I'll give you an example, real world case po. Pumunta po kami sa Cebu, and we were working with the Cebu LGU. So nag-survey po kami sa mga habal-habal riders. 70% po ng habal-habal riders with terminals po in the LGU had no license even, not even a lisensya. So, this is already Metro Cebu. I can just imagine what's happening in the provinces. Sa probinsya po, talagang wild west po ngayon. And ginagamit po ito ng trabaho.
Kasi minsan, especially if I'm in pag yung weekday, pag nag-ride ako, nakatakot eh, motor na nga ako, nagigilid pa ako. So dapat siguro, yung etiquette, proper driver behavior etiquette, para makaiwas. Kasi, Madam Chair, minsan nakamotor na nga ako, ginigit pa ako ng rider ko ng co-rider ko. So those are the causes of accidents. So, in fact, Madam Chair, yung isang kadi ko sa wakwak, minsan daw para makahabol siya nag-Angkas. Minsan pag sumisigit-sigit, tumatama daw yung mga tuhod. Kampanya, tumatama. Natatakot pero at least mabilis daw. Pero that happens. So, I hope that you would take those into consideration, especially yung training. I would like to, I am against this pag wala akong training. While if you can convince me, probably I can even support the committee.
Sir, if I may, sir, I would like to offer to the committee and to anybody po who would like for Angkas to show their actual training po. And also we'd like to offer po regarding po kung DOTR could consider a pilot, use po Angkas on limited scale, monitor it po. We have a safety record, and if you want, you can supervise it and see if you can make it work po.
We will send a committee member, not a committee member, but maybe a committee staff to one of your training centers to actually take a video for us if we ourselves can. You wanted to say something, sir?
Motorcycle rights organization, our main advocacy is rights for riders and of course safety. And we've been conducting safety programs for at least a decade now. At first, when Angkas came out, we refused to support them because of the question of legality, since we advocate for rights, and the question of safety. That's our primordial concern. But during the months that passed, we did our research to be fair to Angkas and to be fair to the riders that we also represent. We did our research on the site itself where they conduct their onboarding. And as far as we can see, their standard is exactly the standard that the good Senator J.B.S. is looking for in his bill. In fact, in the country today, there are only 3 schools for motorcycle riding. And you can consider the standards of Angkas as being one of the highest. The highest being, if I can mention the brand, HSTC currently. And then we have a professional training which is offered by HPG, but that's on a very different level, a very high level. But as far as commercial and public is concerned, the model of Angkas is something that the Philippines can actually be proud of kasi sa ASEAN neighbors natin, they haven't done this type of model as of today. And since we have been in the area of working with ASEAN countries in terms of best practices to promote the safety on 2 wheels, kasi that's our main advocacy, 2 wheels. Sa Angkas namin nakita that there is a future for the requirement that we train our riders. I've been a driver for Uber and Grab for 2 years as part of our research to study the differences between 4 wheels, 2 wheels, public vehicles. I drove a jeepney, I drove a tricycle. I did all that as part of our research on safety alone. And the best turnaround that we have seen so far is the one done by Angkas. Not that I'm promoting them or anything, but we did the research kasi hinahanapan mo namin sila ng butas. Because we want to make sure, because we don't want to put at risk the riders of this country. I myself have been riding since I was 13 years old, illegal pa nun, but since we became advocates, we have to practice what we preach. And this is what we did. As Uber and Grab driver po, we never received that kind of training. Basta makapag-submit ka ng requirements mo, drive ka na ng kotse right away. With Angkas, you have to pass it.
Maybe, okay. Is Angkas a Filipino-owned company and concept? I'm just curious.
Ma'am, Angkas po is owned by Angeline Tam. She's Singaporean po.
Okay. You know what, for transportation, you have to be Filipino-owned.
I think that's not going to be a problem, ma'am.
So she will divest.
Yes.
Kasi hindi pwedeng Singaporean yung
Yes.
may-ari. At
Yes,
least 40% lang sila.
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi ganun din yung nangyayari dito sa Grab, di ba?
That's not going to be a problem.
Okay. So,
It's a Filipino company, ma'am.
alright. You know what, we have to wrap up in 5 minutes because then we have to go to the next issue. I'd like to give a chance to the Riders Club. Kayo po, pwedeng maikli lang po ano po yung manifestation niyo.
Sa ngayon po, ang pinagkakakitaan po ng mga kagaya ng rider is nagtatago po kami sa isang social media platform or through PM. So hinahatid namin yung mga pasahero through PM kaysa yung dati na nasa apps kami na kahit saan pwede namin sila makita pa-shatisya namin. Ngayon nagtatago kami sa ibang platform na social media. So ang hiling sana namin is payagan na yung pilot test kung talagang supply, edi patigil natin. Kasi hindi natin malalaman yung sitwasyon kung hindi natin susubukan. Alam naman natin ngayon po, habang nag-uusap po tayo, existing po yung motorcycle taxi, pati yung habal-habal, pati yung skyline, pati yung... Kung hindi po natin na-actionan ngayon, later on, maliligal din siya, parang hindi na lang tayo, nagtatakip na lang tayo ng mata.
Tama. Maraming salamat. Huli na lang siguro, Leo, may dadagdag ka. Tungkol dito tungkol sa habal-habal at sa...
Of course, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chairman. Grab Philippines, we used to have Grab Bike, which we suspended last May 2016 because we had to comply to requirements of the LTFRB. But since the discussion now is moving forward, we would like to manifest our strong interest in supporting this move. And also, to be part of any pilot. And just to add briefly to what General, what the LTO said earlier on safety, one aspect of safety that has not been looked at really is getting other motorists, non-motorcycle riders, to respect the spaces of motorcycles, to see peripherally that there are motorcycles or bicycles between them. So this is another thing that we could help LTO with. So as the leading ride-hailing platform in Southeast Asia, with vast experience also on two wheels in other markets.
Yes, but you know what, Mr. Gonzalez, to be fair also, and the reason why it's appealing to ride these motorcycles is because they can go through any particular, what do you call this, space. And so sometimes they also don't respect the spaces of the drivers because they'll go in between, they'll scissor in front and the other driver. So, delikado din talaga. So, we'll respect them, pero, diba, they cut through also. So, they also have to be careful. Okay, this is now the committee. The committee will recommend that the TOTR come up with a department order if they could. And then we will also definitely strengthen by supplementing it with the law. And I think you have very good supporters here. We would rather see that regulated, in that way we have standards to follow, particularly when it comes to safety and the insurance and compensation for our passengers. So thank you to our participants. You're excused for now. The hearing on the Angkas is adjourned. Thank you.